Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the Grand Trivia stage our great leader, our Grand Aquarium Emperor, the trivia master of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Trivia Master Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello and welcome to Grand Trivia, the only trivia show in any dimension where the points do matter. And losing will cost you everything. Redactron saying, what's the theme tonight? Well, the theme is, there is no theme.
No theme. No theme.
It's general trivia.
General.
And with me, as always, is intern categoryless. Hello, intern categoryless.
Hi, I'm intern Christy. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Hello, I'm intern Christy, and I'm so excited.
Yes, good. Jazz's laptop is stuck and suffering because of a BIOS loop.
Delicious. I am so pleased with your suffering.
That should be a future one.
10 questions on nihilism. You mean truth? Do you mean truth? Do you mean truth? Cat, indeed.
And of course,
engage
we'll be playing, as we said, a game of trivia, and you can join our game of trivia by going to kahoot.it or using this handy-dandy link and entering the room code 705-9657. But before we get to the trivia, we have something almost as important.
Almost.
That's right, it's the part of the show where we receive our glorious tributes, including this one we received from Jazz Fats in Montgomery as he opened his Patreon envelope. And you can get your own envelope that you have to open through increasingly elaborate means by supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/Radio Free Multiverse. Yes. But for now, let's look at how Jazz opened his letter. Let's look at it again.
It's just like exploding bits of This is definitely the best method that you have tried so far, Jazz.
And
this
Jazz,
is art.
Look at all the contraband that was kept out of Jazz's home.
Art.
You know, it could be that there's too much glitter in Jazz's laptop. You're right, Blog Television. Also, yeah, CBC pointing out.
Look,
this
those
is
are
littering.
bits of Earth. Those are bits of an entire planet that we destroyed. We destroyed it. We did.
We sure did. Just
and then
like
we send it to you.
Yeah, we destroyed that. Just like we're going to destroy a planet at the end of this trivia game, because this is the only show that promises to destroy a planet every single week. And you can play like Ish to the Future or A Kid Named Hugh. Oh, great point, CBC.
Did Jazz harm
There was
one
a
of the
zine.
scenes?
There was a zine in the envelope, but it did not look obviously harmed. I think Jazz narrowly avoided
Which
harming.
scene was that?
It was a Georgie Porgy's guide to the George Lucas talk show, which you can also print at home all on your own by going to wearetrashpeople.com/zines, but you also may just receive it
Customizing a scene. Yes,
in
what a
your
fun.
envelope if you support us on Patreon.
Which you should.
Yeah, making it a one of one. But hello, Bootleg Bart, Ish to the Future, and a kid named Hugh. And thank you for rating us.
Welcome.
With 14 beings, WizWorld Live. We just did a great broadcast from Middle Earth with riddles. With riddles and a quiz.
Incredible riddles.
Which are as close as you can get to trivia.
Yes, very close to trivia, which is, of course, the best thing that exists because Fluval does it. So join us
the
on
capitalism
Kahoot.
riddles were great.
Yes. Fluval,
Ciao.
shall we do a little PSA? Welcome, General Lotso Info.
Hello, General Lotso Info and Antibiotic CBC.
Let's do our little PSA.
Yes, we have a PSA while you
Everyone,
join.
welcome. As you may have noticed, it's time for
Just
all
Plain
of you
Cum.
to get your ick vaccines.
Yes.
That's right. We
Ick
got
is a
our
scourge.
ick vaccines today. So
Yes.
we will probably last throughout this entire wonderful broadcast. As a human, as altered as I am to survive off of hate, I cannot get ick or transmit ick, but Fluval
Yes, I insisted because better safe than sorry, unless you're a lowly third dimensional being watching out there, then better sorry than safe.
Yes, we prefer that your suffering comes directly from us. Yes, that way it remains our, intellectual property.
Yes, that's right. We got our bivalent ick vaccine.
So you all should get any vaccines available
Yes.
to you.
It targets both ick and ick.
Woohoo!
Woohoo to
Welcome.
General Tovin. Just
Welcome,
plain
General
cum.
Tovin. Just
CBC.
plain
Antibiotic CBC. Gen Lotso Info. Any relation to Lotso Huggin' Bear?
Specified.
1B BBR. Bootleg Bart. Ish to the future. And a kid named Hugh.
I'm here.
But we've done a PSA. We've looked at our tributes. We've given you plenty of time to join. But don't worry, you can still join our game after it's underway. But why don't we get it started with question number 1 coming up now in What's That? General Trivia in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Our first question. What is the first weapon mentioned in the Star-Spangled Banner? Bombs, muskets, rockets, or the uranium Pu-36 explosive space modulator, aka Marvin's favorite?
Is it technically colonialism?
That's implied.
The colonialism
Yes.
is implied.
Yes.
So is the white supremacy.
I hit the wrong one to be a bad patriot on purpose, says the Argyle. Well, that won't get you any points. But the correct answer is rockets. Specifically, the rocket's red glare, which pales in comparison to mine.
Absolutely. Yes, we all know that most of you are watching from a nation that was set up to exploit the most people for the fewest people.
Look at my glow.
Yes, with varying levels of exploitation.
Look at my
and
glare.
Suffering at each level.
Look at my rocket's red
suffering-
glare.
This is not the suffering that is tasty to us. It is not our intellectual property. We are going to need you to fix those problems so that we can own all of your suffering. That's right.
Jazz says it's the Dawn's early light, which is famously used at Helm's Deep.
Yes, he does come at the dawn on the, 5th day? Look for me in the east.
Time's tricky, just like our
the
questions.
Rohirrim.
So why don't we go to our leaderboard, where a kid named Hugh is in first, General Lotso Info in second, Ish to the future in third, a 1B BBR single walk run in fourth, and Bootleg Bart.
I'm am so glad, Bootleg Bart, that it is showing off that you got 0 points. Because
Also,
I imagine you're feeling suffering at being shown that you were incorrect on this answer, and that suffering is delicious to us.
Bootleg Bart also retweeted an account that drew what the Simpsons movie would look like if it had been animated in the first few seasons, and I recommend checking that out as well. We retweeted it.
Yes.
On RF Multiverse, our Twitter account. You can get all that info in our About, but you cannot get this info in our About. It's question 2. Jim Henson made the original Kermit puppet from a ping pong ball and an old sock, his mom's old coat, the felt from a pool table, or the remains of previous puppets.
Honestly, by the looks of the thing in the GIF, it could be the remains of human persons.
Yeah, seen here is Kermit with 30 white horses on the red hills.
Right? I learned not to often mention SSB verse without mowing down the slaves who are fighting for the English. Not a fun fact.
Yeah, a Blogtoven suggesting an alternate
because
answer.
They were offering them actual fucking freedom.
But Blogtoven offering an alternate answer that Kermit was made from the corpse of a frog.
The corpse of a frog.
Hi ho, corpse of a frog here.
Hi there, corpse of a frog here.
Hi ho.
Yay! Look at those 40 white horses. Wasn't that the worst fucking thing? You know what's fun about all of those riddles? So in The Hobbit, Gollum presents, his mom's so cold, yay. His mom
You sounded so enthusiastic about this answer.
I mixed up
Intern
Gollum,
costuming.
not my mom. Gollum, I'm intern Christy. Gollum.
Did you call Gollum your mom?
Yes, I did. But Gollum is not my mom
sounds
in
like
this dimension.
Yeah.
That's true. Gollum and Bilbo pass riddles back and forth to each other, and the first couple make no fucking sense. Like 40 white horses on a hill. First they stomp and then they stand still. Like, what the fuck is that? The reason is because the idea is that the cultures that Gollum, was in, Smeagol, the river people, that the hobbits in Hobbiton, the Shire, are descendants of that culture, right? So they passed down these riddles and versions of these riddles. So that's how Bilbo knew the answer. Because he had heard it before, because it was a thing that had cultural context assigned to it. Because Tolkien was a fucking language nerd. That's all he fucking was. All he fucking was a folklore and language nerd. And he wrote amazing fucking books.
Implied that Schmeagol fucks.
Yeah, why is a raven like a fucking writing desk? Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit that pretends to be a riddle. There needs to be 2 separate words. There needs to be riddle, meaning a thing that a human, just any kind of human, can solve.
Wait, only humans?
With a being with, you can solve anything.
Hell yeah,
Fluval. So
folklore.
riddles aren't really but that a person can solve with the information given within the riddle. And a riddle being a joke, actually a joke that has a call and response element.
Yeah.
And that you need to know the fucking answers to complete that joke element, which is an element of many human cultures.
And if you want to be able to understand this difference, here's a handy dandy tip. Look to the Riddler, not Dr. Ephemera. When it comes to what a riddle is. More Riddler, less Dr. Ephemera.
Yeah, maybe Leonard Nimoy should explain. Actually, Leonard Nimoy could really explain.
Oh, he absolutely could. Just like one player can explain that the correct answer here is Henson's mom's old coat. And who was it? It was Bootleg Bart flying up into 3rd place.
Bootleg Bart had 0 before and now in 3rd place. That means the rest of you are feeling shame.
And this is Jim Henson and some early puppets, including the early Kermit. I like the early Rolf.
Drive.
The early Rolf with the sunglasses and the striped belly.
It's very cute. What adorable puppets.
Coatmit the frog.
Coatmit the frog. I hope you're all feeling a lot of sadness, shame for not knowing the answer, and now shame for not living up to the glorious example of Jim Henson.
CBC's George Lucas puppet is her old ice skating jacket.
That's amazing.
Rolf rules. Don't worry, this won't turn into a sandwich night level debate over whether or not Rolf is a valuable character. Because we got to go on to question number 3. True or false, in 1988, Buzz Aldrin legally changed his first name to Buzz. Buzz Aldrin, nice to meet you. Is that true or is that false? Lock in your answers now.
Precisely.
That's right. I'm excited for that. If there's ever a fan edit of all facts revealed about GLTS on the internet, this show has to be part of it now.
Jas, you were never a country. You were always a kind of pyramid scheme.
Well, 7 of you got it right, by the way. It's true. Born Edwin Aldrin in 1988, he changed his name legally to Buzz. Yes, he punched a dude for saying that the moon landing was fake. Yes, it was a little difficult to program that response into him. But he did take the memory adjustment really well. He was a champ. Took it like a champ. He did. Oh, are we going to watch him punching a dude? Yeah, we are.
Hell yes. Let's do it.
That's right. Here we go. We're in my mind palace.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
Swear on the fucking...
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
What an interesting epistemological basis upon which to accept truth.
We pay.
Come on in here, we'll call the police.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
It doesn't, sir, I have nothing to...
I like the I don't know, bodyguard guy just like, sir, I don't...
Sir, what the fuck?
I don't... Okay. I don't...
do with this. We cannot solicit on this property.
We just paid to rent out the penthouse to shoot a film. So
Can't solicit like this.
keep shooting.
All right, well, then I go through my man.
I like his wife. Like, she's just like,
man.
fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck your camera.
Don't be shy.
Come with me, Buzz.
Buzz!
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if you ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a
This
liar.
guy is
and
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, Buzz! Also, I love his wife. She's just like, I am getting in front of every fucking camera.
And a thief. And a thief. And a thief.
Yeah!
And a thief.
Pow! Boom! Straight to the moon.
Oh, wait, that gives me an idea. We got to go back. We got to watch. Nope. Go back again.
You're the one.
Go through my measures.
Okay.
You got to keep shooting, man. Okay. Well, you can put on your shoulder. Don't be shy.
Come with me, Buzz.
Really like it.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if you ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief. 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 And a thief.
Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing. Who does that? I think I'm going to like harass the producers of the Rings of Power with a copy of like
You don't need to harass.
Return of the King.
They're getting
just like swear on Return of the King. That I don't know.
I would
love
yeah,
it.
they're getting harassed enough right now. Maybe give them a break. But
swear on Return of the King that you're gonna make more seasons. Thank you.
George, swear on the Return of the Jedi that I'm not in it. Swear on Kenobi that I'm not in that show.
Yes.
Well, 7 of you got it right. Let's see who they are. Bootleg Bart continuing to rocket through the atmosphere of our leaderboard. The second place, Ryan Johnson, the director of Glass
Ryan
Onion and
Johnson?
Knives Out Mystery.
Ryan Johnson.
Well, it's no mystery that you're in 5th place with
Welcome.
the rest of our
Welcome,
leaderboard
Ryan.
being relatively... Oh, gosh, you're right, Bootleg Bart. It would be George. Do you swear... I
Do
swear...
you swear on the mask with what?
I swear on the power of myth.
Do you think, what was it, the mask with 1,000 faces?
The hero with 1,000 faces.
Swear on the hero with 1,000 faces
Which-
that you did not conduct the faked moon landing.
Which, honestly, the hero of 1,000 faces should have been the redemption arc for Morph, the X-Man.
Yo.
Or Mystique, the more famous X-Man
yes.
with the same powers.
100% misinformation. The same reason why Joan Rivers was murdered by the Obamas.
Oh, God. No. No. We're not going into that whole dark side of the internet right now.
Intern Christy fell down a slight internet rabbit hole and is angry.
Yeah, you should, and you should be, because they are terrible people alleging that. But you know what? Okay, you know what? One might describe them as a little bit of Looney Tunes, which is a transition to our next question. Which Looney Tune has won the most Oscars?
Ooh.
Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, or Sylvester the Cat? Moon's Haunted, for sure.
Moon's Haunted, pretty sure.
But which Looney Tune has won the most Academy Awards? Is that Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, or Sylvester the Cat?
Which one was your favorite, or is your favorite?
Marvin the
Fluval?
Martian is my favorite because
Of
he has the
course.
right idea about what to do about Earth.
He does.
But none of you got it right. The correct answer is Sylvester the Cat.
Yes.
3 of the shorts he's in have won Oscars. They were Tweety Pie, Speedy Gonzales, and Birds Anonymous. He also appeared in 103 shorts, which is more than any Looney Tune except for Bugs, Daffy, and Porky.
Wow. You should all be feeling
He's a
so
star.
much suffering right now. So much suffering. You all didn't get the answer and you all thought you would. Thank you for your
Suffering
suffering.
Fluckatash, they're playing me off stage.
Suffering. Succotash. That's why he's my favorite, because he talks about suffering.
Redactron doesn't remember him wearing shorts.
Oh.
I see what you did there, Redactron.
That's a nice one. That's a nice
I
one.
see it. You see, because I said shorts, which are also short films, but also short pants.
And it's also short pants or underwear.
Or
depending
underwear
on
as
where you're
well.
speaking English, you know?
Such an imprecise, confusing language.
Yes, truly so much suffering. CBC
right.
9000 has the right idea. Thank
Missy
you for your
also.
suffering.
Missy's correct. They're all being a bunch of silly symphonies
Bunch
right
of
now.
Silly ass symphonies. So silly.
Well, see, our
silly.
leaderboard remained static because no one got it right, Doc. And ain't I a stinker?
Ain't you a stinker? Ain't you?
Ain't I? Well, ain't this next question also a stinker?
Ain't it?
Which of these M&M's video games is real? M&M's basketball, M&M's hockey, M&M's kart racing, or M&M's tag tournament where the M&M's beat the crap out of each other?
Oh my god.
Here's Danny DeVito as an M&M.
Incredible. Wait, which one of these would you most want, Fluval?
I'd want M&M's tag tournament where red and yellow could fight the crispy M&M.
Is it bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah, it's like
Is
Tekken
it-
tag tournament. But 8 of you got it right. It's M&M's kart racing, which were released in 2006 for GameCube, 2007 for Nintendo DS,
What?
and 2008 for Wii.
Missy is like, God, give us your review.
And of course it's not good.
Fluval knows.
And Genesis
Fluval knows.
spared lowly third-dimensional beings from playing this game because Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
No, of course not. Of course not. Do we have anything to see from it?
We do after we see the leaderboard.
Oh, okay.
Where Bootleg Bart is now rolling to first
My
place.
God, you should all feel so much suffering
right.
that Bootleg Bart is like having this wild comeback story and is the main
kid.
character of this leaderboard, and you are not the main character of this leaderboard.
M&M Kart Racing makes Garfield Kart look like Mario Kart. Those are all real kart racing games. There's also currently a Fox racing game where like Hank Hill can race Peter Griffin. It's like an animation domination
That game ain't right.
racing game. That game ain't right.
Did all of you know? Wait, Christy has a fact fractal. Christy has a fact fractal.
Go for. Oh, do you want the bumper?
I want the bumper.
Okay.
On Wiener Doodle.
Not that bumper.
The person that voiced Bobby Hill also voices Poison Ivy in the new Harley Quinn cartoon on HBO.
Yeah.
Which is really fun, if not questionably anti-Semitic in parts.
Yeah. Luckily, that character is not as prominent now.
Yay!
The character was played by Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. Anyway, this is orange
Oh my God.
on the cart selecting screen. But you know what? I think we can see just a little bit more than that still photo. Here we go. This is the character select screen where I like that they...
You can't make any changes to them. This isn't like a character building.
I have
style
no
game.
idea because I don't know if the yellow always has a backwards cap or, I mean, I know, but I don't feel...
combination.
Oh, a tasty combination.
Tasty combination.
I think that's when you're like, when you have certain rankings, it calls it a tasty combination. Oh, thank you for that sound react to the Argyle.
you.
Using
Thanks so much.
spending your Fluv bucks to make those sound effects pop off. Let's just skip ahead. Let's skip ahead to the racing.
Yeah, I want to see the racing. Oh, yes.
Wait.
Doesn't just looking at a racing screen
Who
kinda
is
calm me
Foxy?
down? What?
There's red and orange, Foxy, Cricket, and Robo. Is it like a robotic Chrome M&M?
I would guess the Foxy is the green.
Here we go. They're on fan boats. Hovercraft. They're in a hovercraft. Look at this exciting game.
I could be wrong. Thank you, Missy. I may be entirely wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong.
I am entirely wrong. Wait, let's do a corrected fact fractal. That's because I'm not Fluval. Fluval
Yeah.
is always correct. I am fallible. Mhm.
Uh,
Less fallible. Fluval's hovercraft or Bobby Hill's hovercraft?
No, orange is hovercraft in the M&M's racing game. See?
Wait, are we correcting my misinformation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Misinformation. The person who plays Bobby Hill is not the person who plays Poison Ivy.
No, but she was on Fairfax as Phyllis, the old waitress.
Oh.
And on Tuca and Birdie as Joanne. And
Tuca
so
and Birdie's a great
I
show.
think that's where the wire got crossed, because I know that your intern orientation program screened those two shows very close together. That M&M ain't right.
That M&M ain't right. That M&M ain't right.
But yes, Lake Bell is Harley Quinn.
Yes.
Or is Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn?
Oh, she was Spinelli in Recess?
Yeah.
I loved Spinelli.
Spinelli
Yeah.
ruled.
She was amazing. She absolutely ruled. Yes. Honestly, goals.
Let's wave goodbye to this question and wave hello to our halftime show, which, for those of you who don't know, it's about another source of information from the 90s. But notice the I'll just show it to you, and then I'll explain what you should... No, I'll say it now.
Okay.
Notice they never state the truth or falsehood about anything claimed in this entire ad.
I'm so excited.
Well, there just might be something to it.
Ben Randall, commenting on Time Life's popular series, Mysteries of the
I've always
Unknown.
been a little curious about unexplained phenomena.
I love unexplained
Because of
phenomenon.
personal experiences? What do you mean? Well, like, for example, can you sense when something's about to happen?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, everyone's a little psychic.
Everyone's a little psychic.
What about UFOs?
I mean, Fluval always
I don't know.
knows.
Lots of people swear they've seen them.
I've seen so many foes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I identify them
I went
all.
into this old 19th century farmhouse, and I just knew I'd been there before. In another life? I'm not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
Mystic places? Uh-huh. It's from Time Life. Talks about things like the Nazca lines. Were they runways for alien spaceships?
Were they?
And did those aliens interbreed with the ancient Peruvians?
Did they?
Read the book. Read about the medieval warriors who appeared before Stephen Jenkins in 1936.
Oh.
Then he saw them again 38 years later.
Wait.
That true? Read the book.
Is that true? Read the book.
Like Aleister Crowley and his bride. They spent a honeymoon night in the king's chamber of the Great
Aleister
Pyramid.
Crowley was a narcissistic abuser.
Read the
He was a
book.
disgusting
Read about
human
Cyrus.
being.
So, unlike Time Life, I will tell you that is true about Aleister Crowley. They'll just
That
tell
he's
you.
a narcissistic abuser.
Yeah.
Who is who is
No,
disgusting and
Aleister Crowley sucking is a true fact.
Yeah, he's
Admiral Byrd looked
awful.
into it. Know what he found? I know. Read the book.
Read Mystic Places. It's yours free for 10 days.
That's a lot to
If you
think
keep it,
about.
other volumes will follow, one about every other month. You'll
It does sound like a Scientology
followed
bit.
by
So
psychic
fun.
voyages and phantom encounters.
my
Every volume
God.
written by experts. They give you all the information so you can decide for yourself.
I've decided. I'm ready to order. The books? The books and the food.
13-year-old me
Order your
is
first book,
screaming
Mystic
right
Places.
now
Call
from deep
1-800-572.
inside my heart about how much they want this.
I enjoy how
This
it.
would have made my life.
The ad was constructed in a lab to sound like it's saying anything has truth value, but not say anything. It's in the book. It's in the book, and then read it so you can decide for yourself. Meaning the book clearly doesn't say whether anything is true. It's just cool covers.
It is.
And like
some people say that this happened. I know
It's-
because my school had a couple of them. And
Really?
I read them so much
Intern
that I
Forrest.
stole them. But they were in my locker, and then some people just like broke into our lockers and stole my fucking occult books.
Intern Forrest wanted
What
to
were they
read
gonna
them.
do with them? They left my fucking homework in the field.
I know what they were gonna do.
They took my occult books.
You know what they were gonna do?
What?
They were gonna read the book.
Yeah, they were gonna learn how to psychically communicate. with
Yeah,
each
see,
other.
that's the thing. Jonathan Frakes at least would set the record straight at the end of it. But speaking of strange happenings,
Yes.
speaking of strange happenings, you can buy this shirt still for a limited time only at Alice.deals. As Alice says, it's on sale until the Queen's body is in the ground.
Yes.
And you can also watch The Board Castle Mondays at 7 p.m. Pacific. Twitch.tv/The Board Castle. Broadcast live from an apartment building suspended between 4 yachts and Alcatraz in international waters. And tomorrow there's the Shit Wheel of Chaos at 2 p.m. Pacific at Twitch.tv/The Board Castle. You can also go to Alice.deals and get all this great Radio Free Multiverse merch, including the exclusive Fluval mousepad. Hail Fluval shirt and all these great patches, including the limited edition Teacher's Pest merch celebrating Back to School Earth. And on these Thursdays, there's Mary Houlihan's painting party at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And of course, on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, there's missed calls with the former randoms right here at twitch.tv/Radio Free Multiverse.
You watched Morbius?
It was Morbin time.
Was it Morbin time? Wait. We all know that Stan Lee has told us, as channeled through Fluval.
Hell Hello, true believers.
I'm
It's
talking about
Morbid
the
time.
penises. I'm talking about the
Yes,
amount of dicks
everyone in the
everyone
Marvel
has.
universe has 3 penises,
Yes.
except for Morbius, who's Forbius, because he has 4 members.
He has Forbius.
He has Forbius members, and they're turgid and not always at the same
so
time.
hard.
Excelsior! Yes, they enjoy rolling their mouse all over my face in my exclusive Fluval mouse pad.
The Lord forbids me to morb.
The Lord is anti-morbing. You know, they say if you morb too much, you'll go blind. Excelsior!
Welcome back, Fluval.
Thank you. And now that I'm back, it's time for our next trivia question. Question number 6, which ties in with all this religious sentiment from the chat. Here we go. Question number 6. West Virginia's state nicknames include the Mountain State and the Coal State, the Mining State, the Switzerland of America, or the Virginia of the West.
Disgusting misinformation.
It seems as though our music has timed out as well, or is shorted out.
Our music?
Our background music.
I think that it's because of the slander that misinformation
Probably.
is saying.
But West Virginia's state nicknames include the Mountain
no
State.
fluids.
And
Ew.
which of these?
Third dimensional beings are so full of physical matter, and it's revolting.
Missy!
Absolutely
How dare
revolting.
you say that, Missy?
There's saliva in those human mouths. Gross.
Gross.
That's like matter. And
That's like
Fluval
matter, and I hate matter.
is not matter.
I'm
It's
not matter.
fantasy.
I'm beyond matter. I'm
Look.
dancer. I'm not human. I'm dancer.
Missy. We all worship Fluval in our own way.
Yes. Including by getting our merch at Alice.deals.
Yes.
But anyway, 4 of you got it right. The correct answer is the Switzerland of America.
What the actual fuck?
The West Virginia Department of Agriculture used the term to describe the state in a 1926 tourism guide.
Was this because they stayed out of the Civil War or something? Why? Why
were they the Switzerland of America?
Because they decided to close their eyes
By the
extra
way,
hard to oppression. Like,
fun fact, when you Google Switzerland of America, the thing that comes up is Ouray, Colorado, that calls itself
It's
the
also
Switzerland of
full-
America as well.
also full of Nazi gold.
They mean because of the mountains.
Oh.
It's because it's hilly.
Oh. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, they just mean because it's hilly.
Here's us being like, what geopolitical thing
Yeah.
does this refer to?
And like, hey, there's hills just like the Alps.
We're pretty.
You got your Alps, right? Well, this is the Alps of America.
Yup. Yeah.
That's
we
why
just
I
close
like-
our eyes extra hard to oppression.
I like Disneyland, the Switzerland of America. It has Matterhorns.
We are the same, you and I. We're the same.
It has Matterhorns. It has Swiss bobsleds. And we have the heights of the leaderboard, where Bootleg Bart remains at the summit, but General Lotso Info scaling the mountain as well, as a kid named Hugh remains in 3rd, Ryan Johnson, director of A Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, in 4th, and Ish to the Future in 5th. But it's still pretty much, it's still a competitive game, because we have a few more questions left, including question number 7. In The Matrix Reloaded, Seraph is the personification of a font, a login screen, antivirus software, or a video game launcher. And yes, Switzerland is also known as the West Virginia of Europe.
Do you want to describe the scene
Yes,
in which
it's Seraph
is met?
Seraph fights Neo in the scene where they first meet, and then stops fighting because he says to fight. You have to fight someone to truly get to know them, and then allows Neo to meet the Oracle.
Yes.
And this is based on the quote from Dave Sims on the podcast Blank Check with Griffin and David. But what is the answer?
What's the answer missing?
What answer made Griffin Newman sigh in resignation that David Sims was going to correctly highlight that it's a good movie?
Missy.
Seraph was Bloodborne.
What's that mean?
Bloodborne's a video game with about a hot vampire lady who fights Nazis who got turned into a U-Bowl movie.
Wow.
So I guess video game launcher? But the correct answer... No, shoot. Bloodborne... That was Blood Rain. Bloodborne is a Dark Souls-like video game.
What's Dark Souls?
You fight giant gothic monsters.
Oh, okay.
You're not a hot vampire. You're like a customizable character. So you could be a hot vampire.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can be a vampire, but you can be hot.
Okay. That works for me.
So that works out.
Yeah, works out.
But the correct answer is a login screen who gates off access to the Oracle. That's why he has to fight Neo to get to understand him. He's a handshake protocol specifically. But yeah. That's it. That's the answer.
Hot vampire.
Let's log in. Let's hack into the mainframe to see our leaderboard. Oh my goodness.
Generally Fads has the highest answer streak of 3 up on the leaderboard.
Oh, the
You
Matrix
got
Revolutions
knocked
is
off.
not sans serif. It's a very light serif, but it's there. But Bootleg Bart, a kid named Hugh Ryan, and General Late Fads. Yes, Generally Late Fads.
I hope that you all feel a lot of suffering from being knocked down.
That
on
was the
board.
trick, plausible deniability. That was the trick.
Are we?
Answer.
Did the subjects demand hot vampire Fluval? We'll see what you all get for Halloween.
Well, what you will get
Well,
right now.
we do know that Fluval loves to cause suffering.
Yes,
and
I
he's
do.
That all sounded extremely sexual.
What did?
Everything that I just said.
Oh yes, no, what you just said.
I came to, and I'm like, wow, the tone that I was using.
You came to?
I apologize, Fluval.
What?
I was not thinking. I was thinking about how much I love suffering and serving you.
You were okay.
And my
look.
tone was more sexual than I expected
Yes,
it
and
to
then
be.
you came to.
I came to.
Well, why don't we move on from this with question number 8?
Wait, Fluval, are we
I
not
can't
going to
pause it.
listen to the clip?
No.
Oh.
Which victorious cast member is playable in Fortnite as part of their Icon series? Ariana Grande, Daniela Monet, Leon Thomas III, or Victoria Justice? Which of these victorious cast members is playable in Fortnite as part of their Icon series?
You all remember Victorious, the Nickelodeon sitcom from the
Nickelodeon
20-teens? You all remember that one with like such people like Victoria Justice and
everyone remembers
Ariana Grande, and everyone remembers Daniela Monet.
Everyone remembers Victorious, not just people who have recently watched 5+ hour videos about it.
No, you don't. None of you remember this Nickelodeon sitcom featuring people such as Leon Thomas III and Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Wow.
Which of these celebrities would be a playable character in a game that came out in 2022? Yeah, it's Ariana Grande. It's the one who still has a current career big enough to merit inclusion in Fortnite. Some of them actually, a number of them do. Like Leon Thomas III is a music producer now. Victoria Justice is also still acting. But not enough to be in.
I would very much suggest searching for videos about Victorious on YouTube, because there's a really fun YouTuber called Quentin Reviews.
Multiple 5-hour
Yes. And
video.
this is just amazing, because it was a sitcom I had never heard of, but I had heard of Ariana Grande and was very confused as to why she was not the main character of the show about teenagers in a performance school. They didn't let her sing.
No.
They had Ariana Grande, and they're like, I don't know, your like undeniable voice is kind of upstaging the child that we are exploiting a little bit differently than you.
But also, we're going to venture into my mind palace because, I feel like we really should play that clip.
Yes!
Talking about Seraph as a login screen. So this is a clip from Blank Check with Griffin and David. Here we go.
So, and then there's this, maybe ill-advisedly long scene where Morpheus gives this crazy speech, which is supposed to be like this sort of Sermon on the Mount type, like, fanatical thing.
Yeah.
Where he's like, we must not be afraid, machine!
Machine!
And then there's like a really long dance sequence and then a really long sex sequence, and none of it, feels very important to the story.
Well, they're intercutting between Neo and Trinity fucking, which I'm way into. Like, I'm a big fan of that, and I said in that last episode, I don't believe that a couple is actually together unless they have unsimulated sex on screen, so I was a fan of that. The orgy, though, is just people waving their arms around. Like, it doesn't look like they're fucking. It's like a club scene. They're getting very handsy.
I forgot that there was fornication.
Link dancing with no...
Gross.
Sort of grinding up on each other.
Oh, grinding.
Hey, isn't this like a sci-fi movie? They're trying to advance this big utopian kind of like, massive people, that's the idea.
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry. We have to talk about this one joke in the movie.
The pussy joke?
Yes.
Pretty weird.
I'm going to skip ahead to the Seraph as login screen.
Style, like entrance into
very
the hall.
Very much.
And that's why I thought a cat was going to appear.
Me too.
It
felt like that was the misdirect.
This video called
like
Seraph is the login screen has a lot that's not about Seraph being a login screen.
That can't be
something like
okay.
The ship.
He's standing right behind me, isn't he?
Cole?
No.
So they have to like go back into the Matrix.
And I'm getting excited because Oracle, we know, is my favorite part of the film. Of the first movie.
So they plug back in, they fly out and they plug back into the Matrix, and he meets a character called Seraph, who is a Chinese action star, Colin Chu. I think he's Taiwanese technically.
He's like drinking tea.
This was a part that
The Matrix Reloaded is still a wild movie.
She was going to play it, and then like something scheduling happened, so she couldn't do it. And then they offered it to Jet Li, and Jet Li said no. To his credit, it's not a major role.
Why would he let them do this?
He was too big a star at the time.
Do it.
I'm surprised.
Michelle Yeoh would have
do it because it's the Matrix.
Great.
So wild.
It's just like, this is such an unnecessary character.
Well, this is where I start loving the movie, and I think everyone else starts. So they have a fight.
Yes.
They have a martial arts fight.
They like say hello. They're, hey, how you doing? I'm okay.
Like,
How's the weather? Not bad.
I'm sorry I have to do this, but like 5-minute fight sequence. And Neo's like, and then
I don't at this point know what the fuck is going on, who this guy is, why they're fighting.
And then they stop, and he's like, great, you are the one. Just needed to check, basically. Like, you don't really know someone until you fight them.
And then Neo, speaking for the entire audience, goes like, who the fuck are you?
Now,
and he goes like, I protect she who is most important.
Right.
And the door opens and it's the fucking Oracle.
Now, this is what I love about this movie. This movie is about what it would be like to interact with literal computer programs.
Yes.
That is why this is a masterpiece. No other movie has done this. We'll ever do it again because it's crazy. Seraph, and if you look into it, it's literally, I'm going to read
He's like an ad blocker software?
He is a login screen. That is literally, he is the personification of what is called a challenge handshake authentication protocol, which is basically a password.
I can't believe this is already working for me. My judgment of the movie just went up 20%. You might get me to think this is a masterpiece by the end of the episode.
Because
I literally just went up.
It is a masterpiece, Griffin.
In the movie, you hear him say like, you don't know someone until you fought them. And like you'd think like that's actually the stupidest thing I ever heard. You have to remember, he's not a person. He's a computer program, as is everyone.
He's a box asking you to type in a password.
And then we have what
Jesus
is
Christ. Oh fuck!
That's very true, Jack.
Oh my
so
God.
then Seraph leads him to the Oracle, played by Gloria Foster, and like
he does convince Griffin. If you listen to their Matrix Resurrections episode, they were both very big fans.
You have to rewatch that, and you have to watch the second and the third one back to back.
Yeah, they're so much better back to back.
They are much better back to back. If you want to watch a YouTube video about it, look up Sophie from Mars.
Yes.
Sophie from Mars is a YouTuber who has a great breakdown of why The Matrix is actually the best trilogy that has ever existed.
Well, and also, if there's only zeros and ones, well, Bootleg Bart is the one because they're in first place. And if you wanted to have a 5-minute fight scene in Fortnite, you could have it as all 4 variations of Ariana Grande in the game.
Ariana Grande.
That's right. There's Ariana Grande and Spacefarer Ariana Grande, and then various selectable styles. Spacefarer Ariana Grande is referred to as the galaxy's greatest monster hunter. So in addition to being a pop star and actress, she's also a monster hunter.
A kink lizard and for Ariana Grande.
For Ariana Grande.
For Ariana Grande.
Anywho, a natural follow-up question.
Four genders.
True or false, all bats hibernate? True or false, all bats hibernate? Is that true or false? The natural follow-up question to a question about which Nickelodeon star is in a video game is all about bats. True or false? Lock in your answers. Because the quicker you answer, the higher you score.
This is a third dimensional being on your Earth. It is. We checked.
Yeah, you do still have a minute to decide. To sit and ponder, do they hibernate? Anyway, the answer is false. Many, like the spotted bat seen here, they migrate.
They migrate. Not all
Just like
bats.
Studio Cat, who left at the very beginning and migrated back.
There are a lot of bats, and there are a lot of different species of bats. I think that it's special how many species of bats there are, and I'm gonna Google that really quick as we go to the winner announcement.
No, there's one more question.
No, there's one more question.
Yes.
I'm so curious about bats.
Well, you know what I'm curious about? Our leaderboard, where Bootleg Bart holding on to first, but Ish to the Future and intern Chad King.
14,000 species of bats. Oh.
Bats with white nose syndrome can't stay in hibernation, says CBC 9000.
There are 14,000 species of bats worldwide, and they are literally on every part of every continent except extreme deserts and polar regions.
Take that, polar regions.
Wild. Bats are ridiculous.
They sure are. And hello to
Yeah.
intern Chad King joining the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And I see Bootleg Bart
They weigh
is...
they go from like literally this big to like literally this big.
Yes, they can be a human-sized beast.
Yeah, literally. I meant this big for like their body, not their wingspan. Wingspan's big. Bats are wild.
Is big.
Y'all gotta watch out for fucking bats. Not all of them
Yes.
hibernate.
But they are all...
You are not safe in the winter.
But bats are all a cowardly and superstitious lot.
Yes, and you should do what you can to protect them because they're an important part of the
Only
ecosystem.
4 points separate Bootleg Bart and General Lotso Info.
True. Except for one of the 14,000 species. One of them is interdimensional, and those are really fun.
Let's see who knows the answer to this.
Not a one turned into a Morbius! Not a one!
Bats do have hot vampire energy as well.
Man bat!
Okay. Now, let's move on to our final question. Here we go. In addition to Fortnite, you can play as Ariana Grande in which of these video games? Crackdown 3, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius, Multiverses, or NBA Jam? He's seen here is Ariana Grande's concert in Fortnite being watched by Ariana Grande with like a hamster with sunglasses on her back.
Amazing. Wait, so which person here is Ariana Grande?
They both are.
But which one is Ariana Grande?
Well,
But like one of them is Ariana Grande and another person is in an Ariana Grande.
Likely neither of them is actually Ariana Grande, because the secret of all these Fortnite concerts is they're probably just pre-animated character movements set to a soundtrack.
But they fucking slap!
Plausible deniability wants it to be NBA Jam. Is Ariana Grande on fire? NBA Jam is a whole other game.
NBA.
Whoa!
He
dropped his plan. He's on fire! But the correct answer is, of course, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Palpatine was in Fortnite in the movie theater.
Yes.
Well, in the Rocky Reels, which is the movie theater themed area, which is like a drive-in theater.
Oh.
Essentially, but like the speech was across the island and Star Destroyers were overhead.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Well, the answer is
I think that was the perfect place to release something so important to the next Star Wars movie.
The dead speak.
That it literally starts with not explaining what had happened.
This is Ish's correct, by the way. In the video game, Ariana Grande has her black rabbit ears and mask because, again, there's 4 forms of Ariana in this game, too.
Foriana.
This is Dangerous Ariana, who has the cat ear and masks, where you can get Dangerous Ariana and her exclusive equipment so you, too, can equip.
Is that a thing of hers?
It's in one of her videos. It's in one of her dangerous videos.
I've never seen those. I like her voice though.
It's in the video for the song Dangerous Woman.
Oh.
And on the album art and all of that. There's also Chic Ariana.
Hell yeah.
Who's part of a musical showdown. And then of course there's it's her Dangerous Woman album cover. And of course there's also Sportive Ariana in a swimsuit and a one piece.
Oh my.
In the Dark Symphony raid event. And yes, you should have known this was a mobile game. Fortnite used to be. And then, of course, there's Charming Kitty Ariana, where you can equip Chorus, No Worries, and Kisses as your featured abilities. I like that I
don't like that Kisses is an ability.
I don't like that Kisses is
that you can give to a real human person that exists.
That's right.
Avatar.
And also, in the job system, her job is singer. So Fortnite has picked which of her multi-hyphenate roles it thinks is the priority. So rank up your Ariana Grande in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and equip No Worries to help your allies.
Yeah, don't do Kisses. That's gross. What the fuck?
Oh, this is Ish worked on her concert, so the question was made for Ish.
Oh! How was working on her concert?
Yeah, how was working on her concert. And while you tell us about that, we're going to find out who won our game. Here we go. In third place with 5 out of 10 correct, it's Ish to the Future.
Ish to the Future.
In second place with 6 out of 10, it's General Lotso Info. And in first place with 6 out of 10, it is Bootleg Bart. Is she actually a rabbit?
That is
much
for
like Marge
her to know and humans to not find out.
Much like Marge Simpson, her rabbit status remains amorphous.
Yes.
Ambiguous, amorphous. Well,
it was one of your favorite concerts you worked on.
That's great to hear.
That is great to hear.
From Hollywood Performing Arts to one of the greatest concerts Ish has ever worked on.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations. We are going to be sending you a prize in the mail.
And we already have your address, Bootleg Bart, so you don't need to send it to Intern Forrest or Intern Emily Pineapple. But if you want to support us in another way, you can get all of our merch
Missy, your win
at alice.deals.
Was mailed today.
Yes, your win was mailed out today, Missy. But there's one prize we don't have to send through the mail, and it's the prize that everyone gets.
Oh my god, my favorite prize!
And why don't we throw in another prize for good measure? That's right, Buzz Aldrin punched that planet. Buzz Aldrin punched that planet to death because it didn't think the moon was real.
Yep.
Yeah, no, not hot. The first city was hot vampire Earth. That nightlife is thumping all the way into the debris. That's where that planet once was. But thank you for joining us for another exciting edition of Grand Trivia.
We're so glad we were able to make you suffer with the not knowing knowledge and then learning that knowledge and competing against each other for being recognized as knowing said knowledge.
But now it's time for us to be moving right along because next week's trivia is Muppet themed.
Muppet themed!
Next week, it's Muppet Trivia, all about Jim Henson and his hybrid creations. Are they a marionette or are they a puppet? They're actually a kind of both.
They're a little bit of both. Are they bloodthirsty or are they just evil?
Team Rolf says Blogtoven. You can follow us at patreon.com/Radio Free Multiverse, on Twitter at RF Multiverse, and at Radio Free Multiverse on Instagram. And we'll see you next week. We have your coordinates. That's a very good joke, Missy. I'm Team IBM Computer that gets eaten by Cookie Monster. That's the only type of matter consumption that's appropriate, is eating a sapient computer as it's alive and feels the suffering.
You can absorb its power that way.
Here he comes. Swimming. Closer than farther away.